What is up, guys? Welcome to Diggity, a video game podcast, episode number 151. I'm Jeff James. As always, with me, the incredible, unobtainable, luscious Brody Fultz. How are you?
I'm peachy. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. Today we're going to be talking about stuff like GDC being postponed, some stuff with PlayStation users hitting all their levels like they should, a little bit of Destiny 2, a lot of stuff. So we're going to jump into that. But first, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Diggity Podcast and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And tell your friends, family, loved ones, hated ones, whatever, that our podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever awesome podcasts are listened to. We're on pretty much every single platform. Also, head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Diggity Podcast, to become a patron over there, get exclusive access to a Discord channel, as well as exclusive content and the famed Stickity Diggity. And with that, changing up a little bit this episode, what did you play?
Still playing Modern Warfare. I haven't gotten sick of it yet. I don't know why. I think it's that carrot at the end of the stick, unlocking camos for guns that I'm never going to use again. And also, oddly enough, I jumped back into Pokemon Sword. They had the special event going on for the Pokemon Day where there was a bunch of starters in the max raid battles, and I didn't get a single one. I never even found a decent max raid battle, so I actually ended up just grinding out, trying to fill up that Pokedex. I don't know why I'm playing it again, but I am, because there's a lot of other stuff that I wanted to work on. I really wanted to get back into Tokyo Mirage Sessions again, but that's kind of been put on the back burner. I'm actually going to finally finish up the story. I became the champion and never went and caught the legendary. So I'm in this weird limbo that I got to finish before June comes around so I can play the expansions and not have this awkward transition. But yeah, Pokemon again. How about you?
I have been busy, but I have been able to. I've read an article on, the coronavirus, and there was a game in there that was becoming popular again, which is Plague Inc.
Yeah,
and so I
played a lot of that game.
I picked it up for 99 cents on the App Store. Been playing the shit out of that. I've released the virus COVID-19 from numerous countries, and just seen how fast it spread. It's pretty fucked up.
Did you see China?
Did I see what?
Did you see that game got banned in China?
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. They would.
Yeah, wild. I played a lot of that game. It was that was 8 years ago, probably.
Surprised it's not an Apple Arcade.
Yeah,
but I think that it'd be kind of tongue in cheek.
Yeah, and that'd be a little goofy. That'd be a weird move by Apple.
It's just too many in-game microtransactions too. It's kind of bullshit. But
there is a lot.
I hope that they do update it. I doubt it. They're probably just hemorrhaging money right now from that. But yeah, I've been having a blast on that. So it's been fun. So that's what I've been dipping into. No, unfortunately, no console gaming. The wife was able to get a couple rounds of Overwatch, and I was not. So that tells you it was busy.
Yeah.
So
life, adulting.
Cool. Hit us with upcoming games.
March 5th, 4th Generation Warfare is coming to PC. Murder by Numbers is coming to Switch, and Wonderling is coming to PC and Switch. March 6th, Murder by Numbers is coming to PC. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX is coming to the Nintendo Switch, and on March 10th, The Elder Scrolls Online Harrow Storm DLC is coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
Is 4th Generation Warfare? That's never mind. That game's called Warface.
Yeah,
forgot.
Yeah,
I thought that game was called Warfare.
And to be perfectly honest, I have no clue what 4th Generation Warfare is.
I'm excited for just Pokemon Mystery Dungeon to come out, but I need to beat Shield before I purchase that. But yeah, it's I did love Mystery Dungeon. Are you picking it up? You said you were intrigued by it.
I tried the demo. I couldn't get into it. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, oddly enough, I'm sure once my kids realize that it is something that exists, I will probably be picking it up. But currently, I don't know. I'm not sold on it. I know that it's probably going to make a lot of people angry, but I don't know. I couldn't get into it. It seemed just too easy and like it was like play by number essentially. Like, run through and it's just gonna happen. I don't know.
I mean, I guess the first one was a little dumbed down, but the other ones later on were a little bit better. But there's the Final Fantasy VII remake demo is now available on the PlayStation Store. I've seen some people tweet about this. And
a lot of mixed bag reviews on this.
Yeah, I saw one by Colin that was like he had forgot that you actually don't want to level up your character because it scales with the enemies.
Oh, really?
So, and he's like, not my favorite. So, I mean, I think a lot of people are really happy that it's back, but I think it's the classic of like we looked at it with rose-colored glasses because it changed a lot of things back in the day, but it doesn't. In my mind, I don't think it really holds up. I'm not going to get this thing, and I'm partaking in it.
So I am going to get it solely because I have never played Final Fantasy VII.
The demo or buying the game?
I'm going to get the demo first and make sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up buying the game because I like I said, I've never played Final Fantasy VII, and I have a hard time going back to it now just because, I mean, it's super dated. It is. I know that's also probably going to make people angry. Everything you say will make somebody angry, I'm sure. But I'm excited for this. I'm going to download the demo probably tonight and maybe get to it sometime this week. I've heard it's not very long. I heard a lot of people blew through it in like a half an hour. I'll probably try to spend as much time in it as I can just to get a feel for it. But I mean, the game looks gorgeous. And on the PlayStation Store, not that this means anything because people review bomb in both good ways and bad ways. There was like 7,000 something reviews, and it was at a 5-star rating out of 5 stars.
Some fanboying going on.
Oh, yeah.
Fangirling and fanboying.
But there's certainly a lot of rose-colored glasses when looking at this game for most people. So it is kind of interesting. Like I said, I'm going into it completely blind. I have no recollection of playing this game in any way, shape, or form. So we'll see.
Cool.
Why not?
Speaking of PlayStation. Oh, wait a second.
Easy. You slow your roll.
I scrolled down too far. Go ahead.
So there's some games leaving Xbox Game Pass soon. As usual, we don't have an exact date for these games. But I don't know why they just tell me when it's leaving. Just tell me.
I know. But show me. Maybe I would go on Game Pass and use the games more, thus finding more and continue my subscription.
You would think. But usually when these are listed in a certain month, they're probably leaving near the end of the month. So you have a little bit of time to try these out. Hopefully, don't quote me on that. I don't know for a fact. So Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, all of the Shenmue games, which it looked like it was a Shenmue 1 and 2, and then there was like a Shenmue 1 remastered and a Shenmue 2 remastered, I think. Not real sure what's going on with that series.
I don't get that whole series as well.
I have no clue. Thimbleweed Park and Licked Spear, Double Spear Edition are all of the games that will be leaving Game Pass sometime in this month. Thanks, Xbox, for those very specific dates.
Yeah, thank you so much. Moving on, new games available through PlayStation Now. So only available until August 31st. So that's a long period of time, by the way. So, but Control and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and available for the foreseeable future will be Dead or Alive 5 Last Round, NASCAR Heat 3, out here making left turns, baby. Knights of Azure, sorry, I say Azure because Microsoft. Knights of Azure 2, Bride of the New Moon, Romance of the Three Kingdoms 13. It's a confusing title there. Tukiden 2, Tukiden Kiwami, Warriors All-Stars, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, and PUBG is also getting an extension, but an end date of its availability on PlayStation Now has not been announced. So hopefully the next generation of consoles, we build in timestamps for these services that we have, because that would be great. I don't even know why they don't do that on Netflix. Like if I open up Hulu, okay, and I watch a lot of dumb shit on Hulu. All right, I'm watching this stupid show called like America's Book of Secrets, and it's like about dumb shit, like Fort Knox and all that dumb shit. It's like, is there really gold in Fort Knox? Blah 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 blah. And I just watch it as is mindless at like 11 o'clock at night or whatever to like fall asleep to. It's probably
Mhm.
terrible. But when I click in there, I have no fucking idea when that's going to leave. If I
No.
check my email, Hulu might let me know. Who's doing that? Who's opening the Hulu, the Netflix, the whatever emails? Nobody.
You can Google it, and there's a lot of websites that like they'll gather it. But why doesn't Netflix just tell us this up front?
Little bar at the bottom. 4 more weeks. It'll be on Netflix until here. Don't even let me know the whole time. Just let me know a month before it's going to go. 30 days to watch this series. You know what people probably do? Watch the series. And then you know what they'll probably do? Spend more time on Netflix. Boost your metrics. Make people invest in your company more. Make more people buy your shit.
There's got to be some reason why these companies are not. I mean, you would think because they're all doing it. But to me, it makes perfect sense to be like, hey, this is leaving in 20 days. Spend time playing Game Pass games. And then once you finish this one, you can move on to the next one and renew your subscription. It seems so obvious.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is the FU on it, where it's basically like, I'm watching America's Book of Secrets. I'm 2 episodes away from finishing everything. Okay. It's blah, blah, blah down the road. I can't keep track of when it's leaving. I don't watch it for a week or 2 weeks. I've now paid for another month of Hulu, and all of a sudden it's fucking gone and they've got my money. That's the only thing I can think of.
And but kind of double dipping, because now you're like, I have 2 episodes left and I need to go watch them. So now you're going to go buy them on the iTunes or whatever.
The UIs are so dumb. Like for Game Pass, for example, Game Pass, when I go into the Game Pass screen, which I'm hoping in the next UI, like there's a whole like top tab and it just goes to Game Pass for me. And I'm hoping that it looks at what I'm playing and it goes, you might like this.
Yeah.
Easier in a nice streamlined manner. And also things where it's like, hey, Batman's going to be going away in 3 days. You might want to play that because it's in your library.
You might want to play that. The hell out
and
of
hey,
game.
After Batman leaves, you're going to want to try these 3 games that are recommended for you. Keep people in your shit. I don't get it. Makes no sense. Blows my mind.
To be fair, a lot of times those auto-generated recommended for you
are awful.
Bunch of bogus bullshit.
We see you watched America's Book of Secrets. You might enjoy Airbud. It's like,
I will enjoy Airbud, but not for that reason.
Airbud 2, like an Arctic adventure. What learns to play basketball instead of volleyball? Some bullshit.
I don't get it. So Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary is now available on PC as part of the Master Chief Collection on Game Pass for PC and also on Steam. The remastered version of the original Halo story is now available. Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 3 ODST, and Halo 4 will be added throughout the rest of the year to finish out the collection. Currently, the games are available for $9.99 each. Or you can buy them, obviously, as part of the Master Chief Collection on Steam for $39.99. And if you do buy them separately, ODST will actually cost only $4.99 because it is just the campaign. So Halo's still slowly releasing these games. I mean, Reach
kudos to
obviously,
Microsoft.
Yeah, Reach was
giving up on the Microsoft store. That's smart.
I think that was smart of them. For sure, because the Microsoft Store on my PC runs terribly. I can't stand it. I have Game Pass for PC, and I don't ever use it because I don't like the Microsoft Store.
It's just stupid. You hit install. Where does it go? I just get the
it's just gone
circle of bubbles, and that's it. And it's like, oh, we got you.
I'd say it's gone, but it's taking up hard drive space or hard drive.
Hard drive spice
somewhere. It's somewhere on there. God forbid I be able to find it though. Holy hell.
Yeah, they got some work to do on that stuff. But if they get it done, they'll kill it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much that they got to do to make it better.
No, it really wouldn't take too much. It just a little bit of work. It's still really slow though. Like you would think being built into essentially Windows, like it is a whole platform made
of UWA app. It's a UWA app, dude. Universal Windows application. They're garbage.
It runs so poorly.
Now, imagine if there was a point in time where when Windows 8 came out, that Windows or Microsoft wanted everything to be a UWA app, because the deal is that the UWA apps would be able to work on Xbox, on PC, and on Windows Mobile, which that turned out great, didn't it?
Yeah, that went well.
Yeah. So,
Well,
I mean, all just little squares and basically dumbed down bullshit. And it's like, people don't want that. It's crazy. Speaking of Xbox, Game Pass Quest rewards have been reduced by quite a bit. This has been pretty popular for some people. Honestly, a lot of people don't even know about it because it's kind of hidden and it just kind of shows up once in a while. And you're like, oh, okay. And then to look at them at your rewards, you're like, oh, right, I had rewards. I forgot about that. But previously, you could earn up to 3,730 points per month by completing all of the daily, weekly, and monthly quests. And these quests were things like play this game, get this trophy, do this, buy this game, do that, blah, 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 and you get these different rewards. But now by completing the same quest, you'll only earn 885 Microsoft points. Microsoft's probably getting ripped. So these points can be redeemed for a variety of different things, such as sweepstakes, gift cards, and memberships to Xbox Live. So the sweepstakes were things like, hey, win this like NFL Xbox, or win like these tickets to this concert, and you put your name in the hat, and then they pull it somewhere, and you don't win. And then like gift cards too, where it was like, hey, get a gift card for Walmart. It's like, thanks.
They were always like 10,000 something points for like a $5 gift card.
The memberships to Xbox Live weren't that bad actually. Those were okay.
Yeah,
I get that. It's kind of cool.
They were like eight grand when I looked them up. I was like, that's not terrible, especially for something you're already doing anyway. Like,
I would like to see them do kind of what Riot does in some cases, where it would give me the ability to purchase a coupon that would then give me the ability to put a discount on a game.
Yeah, that would be
cool. So like, if I had to spend like 10,000 points to get like a 10% discount on a game of my choosing, I could then take that and apply that coupon. I think that would be cool. Yeah, that would be better, but whatever. So, but yeah, this is reduced by quite a fair bit. I mean, that's that's more than half. That's not great.
I feel like it was a little excessive. Like otherwise, if it was reduced to like 3,000, people probably wouldn't have been.
I didn't think people were
that angry. Yeah,
I mean, this is similar to like Nintendo rewards, where people are just like, "What's that?"
There were some people that were pretty hardcore about it because I think there's like 45 quests that you can complete in a month, if I remember correctly. And
wild. Some of them are crazy.
And some of them were diehard about doing it. It was like almost getting a platinum trophy. They're like, I'm going to do them all. Okay.
Dude, speaking of trophies, I saw this tweet today, and I don't know who it was. I apologize. But they had discussed an idea where they're like, hey, PlayStation, you should totally make something called an Emerald Trophy. And what the Emerald Trophy would allow the developers to do is make a weekly, essentially, quest that changed, and that you didn't get like points for it, but you just were able to achieve that trophy, and that trophy went to like your Emerald collection.
Oh, I think that'd be cool.
Dope.
I like that. Get people coming back to your game to do some obscure thing.
Like some like free to play online or something like that. Like Fortnite or whatever. Get people to come back.
I like it. That's a great idea. Somebody deserves a raise that they're probably not even getting paid for to begin with. So
yeah, it should be hired by PlayStation. But I forget who you were. But yeah, I thought that was a great idea.
Shout out to that person.
Yeah.
So speaking of PlayStation, all PlayStation player celebration goals have been met now, which was really fast, way faster than I expected. But you will be able to claim these rewards if you signed up for the event prior to the event starting. If you signed up after that, sorry. And also there was a lot of people that got bugged out of signing into it. So best of luck to you. The first two sets of rewards are available now, and the third will be available next week. A notification will appear on your PlayStation that will allow you to access these rewards. If the notification does not appear for you, which some players are saying that they had to actually hard shut down their Xbox, their PlayStation, and this may solve the issue. Other players are saying that they still haven't received the notification even after trying that, so you may just have to wait a little longer. It might be kind of one of these, or not.
I'm sorry, it's just so dumb.
Like, when I platinum Spider-Man, I was supposed to get like a special avatar. Never got it. Never saw it. Disappointing. But the rewards are for goal 1, it's an exclusive static theme and a PSN avatar. For goal 2, it's 5 exclusive PSN avatars, and for goal 3, a exclusive dynamic theme, which the theme is actually really cool. It's just like some of the major PS4 titles, and it's just this rolling theme, and it looks really nice. There's some cool stuff here, especially for literally just signing up for it and maybe playing a game here or there. Everyone else did most of the heavy lifting, so you can just kind of get it. It's cool.
Let others work and reap the benefits.
Reap what others sow.
Yeah. Death Stranding got a PC release date, so this is a little interesting, but the game will launch simultaneously on both Steam and the Epic Game Store on June 2nd, so leave it to Hideo Kojima to be the only man that could ensure that it can launch on both things and both companies don't try to rip each other apart.
That's kind of magical in a weird sort of way in this day and age.
Inside joke, well, I guess gamer joke, but we don't get it. We just don't get it because we're North American. But the PC version of the game will feature some exclusive Half-Life cosmetic items, which is also awesome. So you get Alex Vance's gloves, Gordon Freeman's glasses, a head crab, and the Valve from the Valve logo. So just random shit thrown into it. So have fun with that. But there are also some exclusive items you can receive by pre-ordering the PC retail version. So on top of these incredible items that are just going to be a game changer, you'll get the digital Death Stranding original score. So that's pretty cool. You'll get a slipcase / steelbook. So if you're into things that your fucking cat can step on when it's on the ground and dent it, then go for it. I'm not mad. And some HD wallpapers and some Chiral Gold and Omni Reflector SAM glasses. So you can get those too, and then you'll get a Chiral Gold and Omni Reflector cap, gold and silver speed skeleton, these are in game, by the way. You do not receive a real speed skeleton. Gold and silver armor plate, gold and silver armor plate level 2, a gold and silver power skeleton, and a Chiral Gold and Omni Reflector Ludens mask and sunglasses. So there's stuff there if you pre-order it, I guess. Cool, whatever. You're going to get that original score in the steelbook. That's cool. But this game, no pun intended, is dead and stranded in my eyes. I mean, most people have stopped talking about it. I mean, nobody's really cared about it. And that's not a knock to Hideo Kojima. I think he did a good job still. I mean, it just sometimes you have a hit and a miss. It just wasn't.
It was, yeah. It was such a weird, polarizing game. Like, people were in love with it, and then you either loved it or you hated it. There was no middle ground on this game, and it was one of those things that lasted for maybe a month and died.
And I think the problem with when people hated it was that they were hating Kojima more than honestly the game and the fact that Kojima made the game. My personal preference on this thing is, after watching it, seeing people play it, watching numerous reviews, and seeing other people talk about it on Twitter and on YouTube and all that kind of stuff, I've just kind of looked at it and went, meh. Like, okay, it seems like a whatever kind of game. I don't think it's awful. I don't think it's garbage. It's just, remove Kojima away from it, and it's a meh game.
Yeah. And I think the Kojima part of it goes both ways. I think people who loved it probably loved it because it was a Kojima game.
Yeah, because they're brown nosed and hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was weird. There's a lot of things going on with this game, and it's a game. Kind of.
You walk
like a simulator. It's a simulator.
You walk
at best.
And you deliver shit.
It's a movie with a walking simulator.
You are an Amazon Prime employee who's left their delivery truck, and you're walking in what seems to be rural Colorado.
Yeah. So Death Stranding.
Yeah.
So Destiny 2 Season of the Worth we got a roadmap for it. So March 10th, the Seraph Tower event, which is a new PvE activity, adds new legendary weapons and armor. On March 13th, Trials of Osiris finally returns, which is kind of a new, but it's actually a old in-game PvP activity, which will take place every weekend, adds a new seal, and adds Trials themes, weapon, and armor, which was always the coolest looking gear in the game. Playing a lot of Destiny 1 and trying to do good in Trials, but never doing very good in Trials. I always wanted that armor, which, if you don't know, Trials is like 3v3, like a tournament style thing, and you can unlock gear by how many games you win type of thing. March 10th through, and also starting on March 24th, there's a Seraph Bunker in the EDZ and the Moon, which these are legendary lost sectors, so I imagine they have some pretty cool loot in them and some good stuff going on there. On April 21st, you can play the Grandmaster Ordeal, which is a new Nightfall Strike difficulty, which sounds excruciating. Who would want to do that?
Hey, man.
This adds a new seal and also new in-game rewards. Got to do it for the loot, man. Got to do it for the loot. April 21st through May 11th, the Guardian Games, which is a free event for all players. This is a class competition, and we'll also add in some new legendary armor. And April 7th, the Seraph Bunker, which is on IO, which again is the legendary lost sector. So this is neat. I have this weird relationship with Destiny. I want to go back and play it so bad, but the few times I have tried to get back into it, I'm completely overwhelmed with all of the shit that's been added since I quit playing, and just I'm done. I got nothing left.
I would assume it's a hard game to jump back into after you've left for a while.
Yeah, I put a ridiculous amount of time in Destiny 1, and then when Destiny 2 launched, I was there playing it on day one. I played it for quite a while and then jumped out, and then I tried to jump back into it on PlayStation because I had a buddy that was playing on PlayStation, and then he jumped out, and so I jumped out again, and then I just tried to return to it on Xbox with the last expansion that dropped, and I don't know what it is, but I cannot get into that style of game anymore. And that's my kind of game for sure. It's almost like an MMO without quite being an MMO, you know. And
you can walk away from it still without having to be like, oh God.
It's so much my kind of game, and for whatever reason, I have a hard time getting back into it. And it's a shame, but I was looking at some of the armor and the video they released for this today, and some of the armor that they're coming out with looks really awesome. There's some really, really cool designs in there, and some stuff that you really hope to see from them, because sometimes they end up releasing like a weird reskin of an item they've already put out type of thing, and so it actually looked like they had some original stuff going on here, and I'm excited to see it. And I know there's a lot of people that still play Destiny, but I don't know. I guess it's just not for me anymore, which is hard to accept.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's just, I don't know. I feel like they've kept on adding to it, which is fine because it's gonna, keep their players in there that are already in there. But I think it's really hard for someone to jump in right now.
I think the worst part about it is the fact that, like, after you complete the story, it just opens everything up. And it's so, like, after you leave and come back, there's so much going on. And so it's not just like you're getting drip fed this little bit like a lot of MMOs do, where it's like you got to follow a pretty specific story, and then you go through an expansion, and then you go through the next expansion. Well, with Destiny, it's quite the opposite. Essentially, especially with how they did everything after they went free to play, it basically puts you at a level where you can jump into anything. And so when you try to jump back into it, it is so much, and you don't know where to start. You don't know where you don't know where to end. You don't know what to do. There's just an overwhelming amount of stuff.
The other problem with it too is that if you come into it and Destiny 2 that's your first go at Destiny, the entire time in the back of your head, because that's what happened to me. Entire time in the back of your head, you're like, okay, cool. So I understand this and this. Am I missing anything? Because there was already a game before this.
Yeah, no, you're not missing too much.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, when we were playing it, I would constantly ask, like, oh, okay, cool. So, like, was that in Destiny 1? You're like, no. Was that it? Was that in Destiny 1?
Are they going to explain that? Nope.
No. Okay, great, cool. So we'll see how it does. I don't know. It'll go. It'll do its thing. But anyways, onto the big piece of news. GDC has officially been postponed / canceled. So I'll give the official statement here or announcement from GDC itself, and then we can discuss. But after close consultation with our partners in the game development industry and community around the world, we've made the difficult decision to postpone the Game Developers Conference this March. Having spent the past year preparing for the show with our advisory board, speakers, exhibitors, and event partners, we're genuinely upset and disappointed not to be able to host you at this time. We want to thank all of our customers and partners for their support, open discussions, and encouragement. As everyone has been reminding us, great things happen when the community comes together and connects at GDC. For this reason, we fully intend to host a GDC event later in the summer. Don't know if that's going to happen at this point. We will be working with our partners to finalize the details, and we'll share more information about our plans in the coming weeks. So, this is going to keep happening. I don't foresee E3 happening.
Probably not.
Because this is getting really bad. Like, really bad. Like, one, a lot of people might be like, well, it's not, like it attacks elderly people and stuff. Okay, people die, dude. Like when people die, people die. I mean, that's great that they're 60 or 70 years old. They still haven't lived that long of a life at 60 years old. But on top of that, the other side of it is really like these things cannot afford to have something go down at their show. The PR would be a nightmare. And there's no evidence right now of this stuff slowing down. In fact, a lot of evidence points to the fact that we don't even know how many people actually have it.
Right.
From the sound of
it. Like you said, these major events can't afford to have that happen because that eternally becomes a blemish on that event.
I'm sure it would cripple them financially in some essence.
Oh,
maybe not GDC, but I'm assuming a lot of these trade shows run like in the black or just barely in the green.
Right. And then on top of that, I mean, a lot of these companies like Microsoft isn't going to send P3 out there. Phil Spencer's not going to want to be anywhere near any of this with everything going on. And fair enough. But I think this year is going to be weird. I think this year is going to be a lot of Nintendo Direct style things, which I mean, I imagine there's going to be a lot of video presentations. You're going to watch everything online this year.
Correct.
Which, I mean, granted, if you weren't going to the conference anyway, that's what was going to happen. But I mean, I think this year is going to be a lot of, you're going to stay inside the safety of your own house and watch everything happen from way far away.
It's scary, though, because if those directs do well, which they will do very well, how many companies will just ditch these things?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And just decide, hey, we're just going to do the direct each time anyways.
This could be the weirdest nail in the coffin for some of these large events. I think GDC will be fine. I think when you talk about E3, which we've talked about it a lot and how we think, E3 only has a couple years left. This might be the year that just finishes it off because these companies are going to see like, hey, we don't need this. We don't need to have this big fanfare thing. We can release a video and it does maybe even better than what these press notes were doing anyway. Or the keynotes, sorry.
What's wild too is citizens are starting to ask for these things to be canceled now too. I just saw a petition. There's like 30,000 signatures, 50,000 are needed to cancel South by Southwest.
Really?
Which happens in 2 weeks. There's 300,000 people that will be in the city. You have to imagine it's going to spread. Right? Emerald City Comic Con. I don't know if that's been canceled yet, but that's a massive Comic Con in Seattle. I mean, that's right behind San Diego Comic Con, and there's 100,000 people that'll be at that one. And I think it was canceled itself too. I mean, I'm going to events. And some events that I know have already sent out emails that have said this is a no handshake event. You can say hello or touch elbows. And I'm like, do I really want to go?
I'm not going to say hello or touch elbows.
Yeah. So it seems like it's still going to be going on at the Washington State Convention Center, March 12th.
Yeah, I forgot about that with all you traveling and everything. Ugh.
Now
Good luck,
I'm at least going somewhere directly from here, directly to somewhere, and directly back here the first time. So that's fine. But I believe that the event that I'll be going to in San Antonio is probably going to get canceled because San Antonio has a couple cases of coronavirus now.
Yeah, I bet that gets canceled.
So I hope. In fact, I called the place today and was like, "Hey, are you guys still having it?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay."
Not so fun fact. The coronavirus can live for about 9 days outside of the human body.
God.
I found that out because Amber, my wife, is very into like skincare and like beauty products and stuff. So she likes, I think she orders a bunch of like Korean skincare things. So she Googled it. She had to search and find out. And she's like, I need stuff. I'm out. I'm like, I don't think now's a great time to be ordering it, but okay.
Yeah, I know. No, you think about it. I mean, it's something you never used to think about. I just ordered sunglasses.
To show up in an Amazon box, and I want to sit outside for 3 days.
They're saying some places at Amazon have been quarantined right now, like distribution centers. Can you fucking imagine?
Oh no!
Yeah, I opened a box today with my sunglasses and like these like travel cube things for my suitcase, and the entire time I open it, I'm like, boy, this looks like it was made in China. And then I'm like, hope it's okay. The entire time I'm opening it. But yeah, I mean, these things are going to continue to get canceled. And I mean, they're like, hey, we want to do something event later in the summer. I'm sure it's going to be a small event that would be just corporate based. And maybe at that time they can just select a place that hasn't been hit by the coronavirus, like Wyoming or North Dakota. You know, like something that's just like
no one lives there.
Put it on a mountain in Wyoming. Be there, be square, baby. But it's just going to spread. I mean, you can't have these events in California. I've discussed it numerous times. Like, why do we have them there? Let's have them in the middle of the country where everyone can get to them.
Like a Burning Man. I'm in the middle of a desert.
Like, I mean, it sounds really stupid, but like, have it in like, I mean, Texas is fine, I guess. I think like Austin or something like that would be okay.
There's still some major hubs there, though.
Yeah. But like, have it in like, I don't know. It sounds dumb, but having like Oklahoma or something like that, and everyone can get there from someplace. Even Utah, Salt Lake City. I mean, at least the West Coast is still happy because they don't have to bitch about the taking longer than a 2-hour flight to get somewhere because that's what they usually do. And then we can fly our asses out there, you know, and take 3.5 hours to get out there, 4 hours to get out there.
Yeah.
Instead of this 5-hour bullshit. Get into like LAX and you're like, oh, great. And LAX is awful. It smells like urine. Oh my God. Oh, wonderful. Yeah. You know, like you see in all these TV shows with that nice like arch and all that shit. Oh, yeah. It's all lit up. Yeah. You step off the plane. It smells like piss where you go to get your bag. Every time.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's I mean, you get outside there and you see the arch. You're like, oh, that's cool. I've seen that on TV. When the pee wafts into your face. But yeah, I don't I'm not a fan of LAX. I've been there a couple of times. I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, I feel like a lot of companies just gonna get away from these things and trade shows are gonna die off for sure. I mean, how do you have PAX West after this?
Yeah, I feel like this year in particular is gonna be very odd. And yeah, we might I don't know. Next year we might see some of these limp along. Like I see PAX still surviving because that's more of a fan event.
Sure.
And then I see GDC still surviving. But yeah, I think some of these other ones are gonna definitely die off. And in all honesty, like I think the coronavirus is going to be that final nail in the coffin for these events.
I also think it's going to lead to a lot of delays for games because, for example, Microsoft is telling
probably consoles too, which we talked about on our episode with Bryant. Like, Microsoft don't see this year going well at all. This is going to be a weird year.
Yeah, Microsoft is telling people to stay home.
Yeah, absolutely.
All these companies have to learn how to telework. Come on,
right?
You're telling me that's going to work out?
No, yeah, I don't think so.
Schools got to close. People's going to be taking care of their kids. Yeah. Shit's going to be just terrible. We're going to be heading into a recession.
Hopefully over the next couple months, this gets ironed out a little bit better here.
Hopefully. They said, too, that it was supposed to die in warmer climates, but it's in Australia, and it's Australia's summer right now, or just ending.
Right.
And it's there.
So it's still warm. I mean, even the beginning of fall is fairly warm.
It's in Arizona. I don't see how that lives up. We can't survive in heat. It's in Arizona. It keeps getting worse in Arizona and Nevada.
Yeah, I think
Nevada.
I don't think
actually is what I was told to say by someone.
Nevada. Yeah.
I said Nevada.
Nevada.
Makes it sound fancier. Makes it sound fancier than what it is. Whatever.
You got to get that Midwest accent in there. Nevada.
Yeah. Nevada. So it's crazy times.
I feel like we've covered a lot of GDC. We've covered a lot of PAX as far as, and it's all been centered around the coronavirus. Like it's all been like these companies dropped out. GDC is now canceled or postponed.
Just take that in though. Like, I mean, as us as humans, like it's discussing as it were today, have all this technology, all this technology, all this stuff. And there's something we can't even see that is just destroying us. As our economies, more so our economies than like health wise. I mean, the death rate's low. They say it might be higher now. I don't know. But that's a bad one to mess up. But
I mean, it's like most diseases. It's usually taking out either the young or the old, which obviously is still not great.
It's leaving kids alone. They can't figure it out.
True. Yeah, I
it's
guess
leaving kids alone
and like elderly.
It's predominantly people above 45 or something like that. Something crazy.
That's bizarre. Because kids are
super
awful.
susceptible to shit. They don't have a built up immune system yet.
They're like, I'm gonna touch everything and then put my hands in my mouth for no particular reason whatsoever. You're like, no, don't do that. Stop touching your mouth.
Yeah. But imagine this too.
Just terrible.
I was thinking this also in terms of video games. Imagine if this happened. I mean, obviously this happened like swine flu and stuff like that back in the past. But imagine if this issue right now, where this is a lot different, where we really don't know much at all about what's going on or how to find this thing or trace it or track it. Imagine if this happened and we did not have the digital landscape we had. Imagine if this was like all of our video games were on like discs. We'd be screwed.
Oh, yeah. Or even just not being as connected to the internet as we are.
Oh my God.
You can find out a ton of information. Granted, some of it's not accurate or whatever.
Yeah, but some of it might be worse.
Yeah.
We have internet.
But it is one of those things that at least we know this thing exists. Because if you weren't reading newspapers, somebody in there that's like a teenager, they wouldn't even know that this damn thing exists. Like news would spread so slowly.
I've wanted to get back into newspapers.
Yeah, we were in a newspaper.
I know we were. I've wanted to see if I could get myself back into reading a newspaper, just like Apple News, like on my iPad, and just see like if I want to digest the news
digital news
that way. Yeah, see if I want. I don't want to kill a tree. Fuck that.
That's right.
But
that's right.
No, I just want to see if I could digest the news in that manner.
Yeah.
Having done now, I see stupid thoughts and dumb things. Why would you? Just probably why would you want to do that? Like, why? Who wants to do that? And it's like, oh, God damn it, it's in Atlanta now. For fuck's sakes!
Boy.
I just looked at the map.
Well,
it's in Fulton
good luck,
County.
Buddy.
Is that Atlanta? Jesus Christ, it's right on Atlanta.
Good luck.
Fulton County. 2 cases in Atlanta. Holy shit. There's 124 cases in the U.S. already right now.
Oh, that
jumped. Holy shit. 12 people have died in Washington State.
Oh, no.
No. Wow. Holy cow. That's not great. Oh, great. What's this in Texas? Okay, 1 in San Antonio. We're cool. We're cool. But yeah, great. Atlanta has it now. That's fantastic. Oh, great.
That man is in a lead box.
I don't know. So I was listening to people. This is like off topic right now, but whatever. It's the end of the show. I was perusing on Twitter, and there was a lady who got quarantined for it. And basically spoke out about what happened. She basically said no one knew what the hell they were doing. No one knew where the tests were, where the strips were, anything like that, like to test this thing, to figure things out. She kind of just sat around with a fever. And that was it. And they're not really screening people very well. They've just been like pointing a thermometer at someone's head and then being like, yeah, you've got a regulated body temperature. Okay, cool.
Well, as thorough as the TSA is, I can't imagine that something ran by the government would not be thorough. Sorry.
Oh, it's bad.
Just saying.
It's really bad.
I'm not at all shocked. Yeah, this is not great.
Not great.
Not great. Stay inside as much as you can. Avoid this.
Yeah. What's your bet on? First of all, this shit hit Gary, Indiana.
No,
this shit was in Chicago. For a fact it's in Indiana right now.
No.
To even think for a second that this would not be in Indianapolis.
To be fair, people from Gary tend to either stay in Gary or go to Chicago. They don't go anywhere else.
Oh God, I bet you this is already in Indiana for sure. I bet you it's everywhere. Sure. We just have no idea.
Probably. Yeah, because you can go a ridiculously long time without showing symptoms.
It's like 2 weeks or something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's like 20 cases in Toronto. Not a good look to the hometown.
This is spreading way too quickly. I don't like this.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan at this point, but whatever. Well, I mean, my over-unders, I think literally within 2 weeks, people are going to be told by the government to work from home.
I can't.
Yeah, but I think your workplace is so fucking hot that shit just dies in there, so I think it'll be okay.
Fair enough.
But anyways, guys, we'll close the show out. Head over to patreon.com/Diggity Podcast. Become a patron over there. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram @Diggity Podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube while you're at it. You can find me on Xbox One. My gamer tag is Maple Jeff. Brody.
Mine is Luscious Brody, and on PlayStation, you can find me at Wolverine's Cousin.
Perfect. Leave us a review. It helps us set a ton, whether it is a comment on one of our YouTube videos or a review left on our iTunes page, Google Podcasts, or Spotify page. It helps us get noticed. And thank you to those who have helped us get noticed by writing a awesome and sweet review. And the other additive of writing reviews, it lets us know what you like about the show and what you might not like.